Okay, this is just a rundown on my new one called Mr Scallywags. Where it can be found is under your DAZ Studio content directory, under People, and you'll find a directory called Mr Scallywags. So, and it's made up of three items. The first one being Mr Scallywags himself. A standalone prop for the skull, and a spikes prop as well. We'll just click on Mr Scallywags. So what he is basically he's based off the Genesis the Midnight Skeleton, which is compatible with all clothing for Genesis 3 male. Now the difference between this one and the Midnight Skeleton is the Midnight Skeleton has roughly 190k of polygons, where Mr Scallywags has only around 23k, so it's a huge, nearly 10 times less in it. So this is more or less for rendering out big scenes with lots of skeletons in the back. So basically we'll come have a look. Genesis 3 male. We'll just look at some standard poses, apply them, and as you can see, it's just simple as that. So anything there, grab some clothing. I won't say that it's a perfect fit for the clothing. Let's see. So you're dropping and dragging things straight on there, and you shouldn't have to so as you can see, it's really you drop on the a helmet as well, create your own little characters. Again, those meshes are probably a lot heavier than the actual skeleton itself, so so that just shows you what it's really based on. So we'll just delete those guys, and we'll just zero him out. What comes with it? It's there's another under Mr Scallywags. There'll be an anatomy with horns there. So I've got two types of horns there. So as you can see, it just uses the materials from the skull too. Let's just delete that and add the long horns. So there are 3 different materials that come with this. Also there's 3D Delight materials too, same as the iRay ones. So you'll get 2 directories, one for 3D Delight, one for iRay, and we'll just apply some materials. and you can see that the skull on the skeleton's a bit different. So just select that, and you can just double click that, and that'll be fine. So that's the dirty one. That's the light one. And the third one, I think, which is the default one, it's a little bit darker than the light one. Okay, we'll just take those horns off him for now. Delete. The props that come with him, we'll just have a look at those under the main. Now the standalone props, I did have to make, in order to get morphs on this guy, so you'll just click on him, under shaping there's a few morphs, like, and this will be the same on the main character, the skeleton, as well. Angry, evil, fear, happy, sad. So that's, you can apply the horns on this. I'll just show you what happens. So you can drag this onto the fit the skull, and it'll come up with this dialog box because it doesn't recognize the actual figure, but you just hit accept, and it works the same, you know, it'll be fine. Right, the next thing I'll show you, it comes with, I have subsets made for this, and this is down here under subsets. You'll see 3D light and eye rays. So basically what it is, I've got him skewered on the skull. You can say do your own, I don't know, Vlad the Impaler type of thing. So you grab a couple of those guys, I do have like a pre-made scene for this too. So under content, we'll just go to scenes, and we'll just double click that one. So I've already got it, already got just a basic one set up for you, so you can it'll just get you started. Which comes to some of the morphs that comes with this guy. It's, not only does the he's a standalone figure, but he's great for using with for props as well. So he comes with over 18 morphs, I think I've got, for doing bone piles and animated morphs. All these can be, obviously you can use the material on these as well. So we'll just delete these guys. And we'll just come back up and load in Mr Scallywags. So under your shaping tab, you'll see there's a few morphs. This is actually based off I made a morph out of a D-Force simulation, and it's called fall down. So as you can see, you just dial it up and he falls down like he's been simulated like a fall. So this is good for people who want to do animations, or if you want to have him sitting there and then he just suddenly morphs up into place, and then you can start your animation. One thing you don't do is try and animate him when he's in that morph position, because you'll have bones flying off all over the place. So make sure he has none of the bone pile morphs applied to him. And here's a few of the basically some of the bone piles morph. The best thing to do with this is turn one off, go to another one, turn it on, type of thing. So I've got 17 different one of those, so you should be enough there to for everybody. I'll just run you through the promo images as well. That's just the main image, just showing that he can fit with the Genesis 3 male clothing. And believe it or not, these the scattering morphs are done with ultra scatter. So that just gives you an idea what can be done with them. And that's just a default scene that you can load in there. I'll put in my own background. And this is a look at another scene done with ultra scatter, which is just a brilliant plug-in. And it also works really well with the skull, just the skull prop by itself. Just that you just make sure you click the origin point as the bottom, so it doesn't go floating around in the air. So, and that's a look at all the different pile morphs. And there's just a reference of the collapse fall down morph. 2 horn sets, that's your 3D Delight render, and just an AO render. So that's about it. I'll be posting in the forums, and any questions, just let me know in the thread, and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks.